109. So this is what the background you see there on the TikTok is what I'm going to show you how to do. Okay. And then how many of you guys are aware on TikTok when you go live, you got to change your settings for your content. You got to do your disclaimer. It's going to ask you if you're promoting and branding. You want to make sure you're doing some branding content so they don't violate you when you do live. Okay. Hey, everybody familiar with that? No? No problem. No problem. So for right now, I wanted you to see the TikTok. In a second, I'm going to go ahead and kill the TikTok live because I'm going to use the phone and share the phone on the computer so you guys can see what's up. Okay? So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to share my phone. So you can only share your phone on Apple, to my knowledge. Unless on Android, you have to actually get your phone logged into the Zoom for them to see what you're doing on the phone. Okay? So here comes the phone. Can y'all see my phone? So now you're seeing me live on TikTok on Zoom. Is that cool or what?
We see the word screen mirroring and Paro's MacBook Air, Kim's laptop.
Hang on.
Zoom, Kim's laptop, and start mirroring.
Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna kill the live and I'm gonna share with you what I'm talking about. Okay. So now we just killed the live. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go here, go live. Did you see that? I went live. So in the settings, right? When you go to the settings, you're gonna scroll down. Did you guys see where the setting is? The wheel, right? You see the wheel right here
Our phones with on our phones.
on the phone,
Yes.
right? So you click on settings, and then you scroll down, and it's gonna tell you content disclosure. You can see the content disclosure.
It's not showing us what you're saying.
You're not seeing my phone?
It should be marked, or well, I can see it. Yeah.
Hold on, let me
What
share
I
it again.
see is
I'm gonna share it
You're
again.
sharing your screen and we see the phone.
That's what it's supposed to see. Okay, let's do it
my
again.
screen says screen mirroring at the top and stop mirroring at the very bottom of the rectangle.
Okay, if it's just you, Martha, then that means you're doing something different than everyone else. Who can see the phone?
What?
Show of hands, who can see my phone?
I can.
So everyone here can see my phone right now. Okay? So, can you guys see the content disclosure?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to click on content disclosure, and then you're going to click the only toggle button, and then you're going to check both boxes every single time you go live. Otherwise, it will violate you and it'll suspend your account.
How do I get to where you are, please?
I'm sorry?
How do I get to where you are? Because in the upper left it says YouTube, and I didn't go on YouTube on my laptop.
We're not on the laptop.
Screen sharing.
We're not on the laptop, Martha. We're on the phone.
Doing this all on your phone live?
That's what I'm showing. So you're on the wrong device.
He's sharing his screen with the phone on Zoom.
Well, I got on here by clicking on his link, the normal link.
You're supposed to follow me on your phone. You're supposed to be going pre-live on your phone so you can follow step by step of where you do your disclosure.
Well, I don't even see you on my phone live anymore.
Well, you won't see me live on the phone if you're going live.
I'm not
You should
going
be on your computer, Martha, your computer to show Zoom where we are right now.
Right, your computer should see the Zoom, but your phone should be able to follow me so you know exactly where to click when you go live.
Your phone, go to like you're actually going to record a live. Your personal phone. Don't look for Kim, but look for you like you're going to go live in just a second. Go to your TikTok where you would do a live. Oh, did we lose her?
I'm not sure. I don't see her now.
I think maybe she lost.
Yeah.
She might be going out to come back into your Zoom, possibly. I don't know.
She either that or the battery went out on the computer.
Yeah.
Everybody else should see you sharing your screen on Zoom.
So for the people who are here right now, is everybody on the same page?
Yes.
I'm watching you from for Zoom. I have you on my phone, but I'm watching you and writing things down on my
Okay.
computer.
No problem. I just want to make sure we're okay and we don't lose anybody. The key here is make sure we don't lose anybody. Okay.
Right.
Close content. Yes. So far, I've gotten it all written down. Yes.
Welcome.
Martha is back.
Welcome back, Martha. All right. So
Yeah.
this is very important that you do this, and then you click save, right? And it's gonna ask you to continue.
Go out of fashion.
Now, do we click own brand or branded content? I missed that section.
You check everything. You check everything.
Okay.
Check everything. Okay. More is better than not enough.
Great.
Okay. More is better than enough. So that's the first thing you do, right? You're gonna always do that every time you go live. Okay.
That's all.
I've got it written down. I can walk you through it. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Not a problem.
It's also being recorded, so you can also go back and it is showing you everything that I'm doing on the recording. Okay. So now I'm gonna go in here and go live, and boom. So now you have your banner, right? Join us live. Here's the Zoom ID, right? And then now I'm gonna go create another banner that's gonna put my domain name that I've bought that is much easier to go in, that takes you directly into my Zoom. Okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and unshare. We're going to go back on the desktop. We've got all the TikTok stuff done already. I'm going to go back to my desktop. Okay? So we already got the title out of the way. We're going to kill it. So I started with a brand new screen. Okay? So we're going to make this look exactly the same, but what we're going to do is change the phone number to the actual website. Okay? And then I'm going to show you guys how to save it. Okay? So you see here, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to bring it over
You're
here.
in Canva.
Yes, I'm in Canva. Okay? I'm going to paste this, right? And I'm going to go ahead and enlarge it a little bit. But I'm going to use a black background. So let me change this background here to kind of a white or a gray so that you guys can see this is how it's going to appear on the phone, right? So this right here, I'm going to take this effect and I'm going to put a black background. So you see the background there? I'm going to change it to black. When you click on this circle right here, you can change the color. So now it pops out. You see that? So it'll really pop out when it goes on the phone. Okay? Because like right now, if you look at on my phone, that yellow is kind of hard to read, right? Okay? So now I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna take this right here, okay? And I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna bring it over to this format and paste it. But the green is hard to read, right? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to make the lettering black. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put the black around it, the contour, right? And I'm going to increase that to 100. This right here. I'm going to increase it. I may even increase it even more. I want it to really pop out. Okay? And then here I'm going to change it to the website. But I'm not going to put it in caps. www.kimszoom.com. Okay? So now I got my website. I'm going to do it smaller to fit. So now I have the website, right? Hop on Zoom. Boom. and I'll say join. Actually, you know what?
Okay.
Join us on live Zoom. On live Zoom. And then I'm going to probably put some emojis, because if I didn't put no emojis, that would not be me, right? Center it. There we go. Center it. So you guys see how it pops out, right? And then right below that, just to make sure, you know, we got all kinds of, and hopefully you guys don't resent my comment. we have from millennial to Gen X to baby boomers, right? So we're gonna take care of everybody. And the one on the bottom is to cater everyone. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put here. It sounds redundant, but it's gonna make a big difference when your audience comes on to a TikTok live, right? I'm gonna say here, join us live now, right? And this one, I'm gonna blow it up. So now you can see we have a good layer. We have the website in between. Gonna move this up a little bit and then give it some space so it can have some room to breathe. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna save this, right? We're gonna save this. Okay, where's my share button? It's playing with me, right? Oh, I see. My share button is behind this thing. I was like, wait, it's playing with me. Hold on. Hold on. It's coming. All right. Bring this over here a little bit. There we go. Because I have you guys here, so that's why. All right. So now I got my share button. I'm going to go download. You're going to choose PNG because we're doing the transparent background. So PNG is the only format that you can take the background out. There's no other format. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and download that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to send it to the phone. I'm going to shut down the TikTok live, bring it, and then I'm going to bring the phone here and show you guys. Okay. So I'm sending this to the phone. So for those of you guys who have PC, you email it to yourself and open it up on your phone. Okay. For Apple people, you can do drop. It's called the AirDrop, right? And that's how we share things from device. So I'm doing the AirDrop, much easier. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and kill this. So now it's on my phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill the screen share here. We're gonna go back to the phone. Yes, ma'am.
Did you mean that we email it to ourselves and then from my phone we go into our email to
And
access it?
from the phone, right on the phone, you access it and open it up so you can add it to your pictures on your phone.
Okay.
You good? All right. So now we're on the phone again. Okay. We're going back to TikTok. I'm going to kill the live. And we're going to change the background. Okay. So because I killed the live, I have to go back and do that content setting again. Right. I don't think you guys need to hear that. But so I'm back to square one. But what am I going to do? I'm going to change my background. So as you can see, the easiest way to do this, go to green screen. You guys see the green screen? When you click on green screen, it's going to bring you every single choices of where you can change the background. That's why it's easier instead of you scrolling looking for it. Okay? So right here, I've already chosen the one that I need, which is the guy with the hand on the air, right? And then now I'm going to click the plus sign to go get the background that I want. So now I'm going to pick the latest background, and you guys see it on the background right now, right? Is that much easier to see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? If it was a snake, it would bite you, right? All right. So now we got that done. We have to make sure that we go in to the content settings, right? Never forget that because your live recording will get violated. Okay? Check both, hit continue. Now we are ready to go live. We want to check our camera. Let's see, where's our camera? Actually, the camera is already there. So now we go live. And we have just done that. So if you guys pay attention to my man cave, I have an entire projector that projects on my entire whole wall in my main cave. Okay? So you guys are like on a 200-inch screen. So, you know, I think Eldon and I are in agreement. We like a lot of things big, but there are some things we don't like big. Right? Right, Eldon? So, all right. But that's how my setup is, right? And then everybody good so far? Like you saw how we did that, right? Everybody saw how we did that? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw it.
Okay. Any questions? Any questions? I'm going to open it up real quick for some questions.
I have like a business card that I always post at the top.
A business card is very hard to read. The writing is very hard to read. The reason I do this, like, yeah. What is that?
If we take a look at hers.
Would you like to
I
text
don't
me?
know how to do that.
No,
but
text
I'm
me.
here.
Text me a picture of your business card. Text me a picture of your business card. Or if you have it on your
Well, I'm
computer,
using my phone right now.
okay. Do you have your business card picture on your computer?
Do actually, hold on. It's in
Then
Canva.
then you can email it to me. You can, okay? So while you do
Yep.
that, who else has a question? Anyone has a question?
I just seen like you have your Zoom. It's Kim's Zoom, and I know Martha has hers. Do you just go into Zoom and get your own personal, like I could do Arlene's Zoom or something like that, so that you don't have all the numbers? Is that the easiest way to do that?
So your goal is to make your domain name as short as possible, right? So, like for instance, that was Lisa who asked the question, right? So you would
So that's
go,
Arlene.
No, my question was about the business card. Sorry.
oh, Arlene. Okay, so
Yeah.
the first one you would check, you would go to GoDaddy, right? And then you check to see if arlenezoom.com is available. That would be the shortest one for you. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Your
Okay.
plan B, your between your name and the Zoom. In most cases, one of those will be available. So far, I've done about 125 of them, and at least one of the two is available. I haven't done John. I haven't done John Smith yet. My email is Kim at Kim Mulatto. So there's two M. The M for my first name and the M for my last name.
What?
Kim Milado. MILLADO.com. So if you learn anything about Kim do so if you learn anything about Kim thing is very simple. Okay?
I can tell. So I think I sent it to you. Hopefully I sent it to you and not somebody else.
No, it's okay. So what we're gonna do here, you can see that. You see, I'm gonna go ahead and check the email and it's gonna pop a window here. Hang on a second. So it's gonna pop a window. It would show up. Hang on a second. Where did it go? So the way it would show up is most likely on the top section. Like on the top section. And if it goes show up on the top section, it would be very, very hard to read. And you also have a very long website name too.
No, I wasn't thinking when I started.
It's all good. It's all good. It's fixable. If I were you, I would choose whether you put the last name or the first name, but I would not put both.
I think the reason I did both because there was already a daily pay with Lisa or something. That's why I put my last name. I probably should have just put Lisa G or something. But I wasn't thinking at that point.
Like
You don't know what you're doing, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like most people know me as PPP because of what we use the PPP standing for, right? So mine is PPP daily pay. That was the shortest that I could make it. So that's kind of, you want to be very easy to be found and it has to be easy to remember, but you want to try to stay away from the long one. You're going to lose a lot of audience with the long one. You lose a lot. So here's a couple of things on the side note, okay? This is a couple of things on the side note for the marketing side aspect of things, okay? Is that number one, it has to be short, easy to remember, short as possible. Number two, it has to be directly connected to you. It's something that people know you for. Whether it is your name, whether it is whatever you do, it has to be something that is directly connected to you. Only you would know what your audience know you as. Very important. Very important. You want to try to stay away with the words like with, because that extends the size, the length of, I don't know, where's my English teachers? What is the with? Is that an adjective or what is that?
Pronoun.
Pronoun?
It's a pronoun.
Pronoun? Okay. So you want to stay away from those kind of connecting words like to, with, right? Because it increases the length of your domain name and you're trying to make it as short as possible, right? It doesn't have to be perfect English. That's another rule that you got to remember. The key here is how quickly they can remember you, right? It's kind of like this. If someone looks for me on the internet and they've at least met with me once or twice, they know that my logo is very unique. They'll remember me for the logo, or they'll remember me for either Kim TKO Mulatto. Most people know me as TKO, right? Because there's like Kim Mulatto is like John Smith. Okay? So what stands out in my name is the TKO. Okay? And some of them joke around about total knockout, kind of stuff like that, right? So, but you can see when you use your lettering, you always want to use your brand color if you have a brand. See, like the brand colors for PPP is black, white, and gold. So you can see that I use all three colors to make sure that not only they know the brand, but it's easy to access. Like if I were to do like a live on Zoom right now, every 5 to 10 minutes, I make sure they see, look on the banner, get on the Zoom with us, and you feel free to ask questions, right? And what happens is you're taking them from online to offline. It's the same thing with the YouTube. But on the YouTube, it's easier to see the comments. But I can see the comments on both because I have my cell phone here, and then I have my other laptop here, and I have another backup device, which is my iPad, right? So that way it's easy. It's easy it's like you have your own control center, right? You're fully in control of your environment. And you want to be able to do that because you don't want to miss a beat, right? You don't want to miss a beat, okay? And sometimes you want to see what other people are looking at, right? Because when you see what other people are looking at, you know what you're speaking to. You see, that's very important, okay?
I've got a quick question, Kim. It's Arlene. Would it be better to just, like you say, we're with daily pay, to change that to like our name, just our straight name,
Well,
Arlene.com, like we said, or Arlene's, but that Zoom,
well, remember
that's
this.
going to be
Remember this.
different than our
Remember,
website.
yeah, that's different from your website. This is a domain just for your Zoom.
Yes. But her domain is where she has her
website.
business going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you should have 2 domains. Okay. At least that's what I teach people. Okay. You should have 2 domains, one for your website, one for your Zoom, right? And you should also have a third one, which is for your business card. Okay. Business card is the domain that you see at the top. kimtklmulatto.com. That's how you get to my business card. Okay. And this is what it would look like on the phone. So this is what the business card looks like on the phone. Okay. So,
Okay. Yes.
so this is where you drive them, right? You should always have a business card. And let me tell you why. You start paying attention to the 6-figure income earners at DGC. Okay. If I go in here, let me extend this here. Okay. If I go in here, and I'm going to go ahead and put you guys at top so that way you'll be out of my way here. All right. So you're up here. Okay. So when you go here, okay, it's being stubborn. Hold on. Let me bring this down a little bit. All right. Y'all forgive me. This is the OCD part. Okay. So if I go in here to TikTok, okay, I want you guys to pay attention because let me ask you guys this. Okay. If you want to make those who make 6 figures or those who don't make 6 figures.
6 figures.
Definitely.
Okay, hold on. So let's say we go in here, right? And we go look for Daryl. Okay. When you go to Daryl's TikTok page, where's the only link? Right here.
Link tree.
Right?
Yes.
So,
Yep.
okay. When someone sees Linktree, they're going to be okay, but they could also walk away. Right? But when they see kimtklmulatto.com, they have no clue. It looks like a website. Does that make sense? Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But what does it do? It redirects to Linktree. Now, secondly, okay, I'm going to put this on the phone view. Okay. If you were a brand new person, right, which business card would you remain at? A business card looking like this or a business card looking like this?
Mm-hmm.
Which one would pull your eyes in to stay on the business card? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? Because 95% of people who use Linktree, that's how their business card looks like.
Yes.
Less than 5% of the people know how to use Linktree to the maximum of what it has to offer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you know what? I haven't found a single video on YouTube that shows how to set up the Linktree. And I'm not going to make a video for it.
I do use Linktree. I do have a Linktree, but I have my website. For when you click in, you just see that on my profile.
So here's 3 things you should have on your Linktree. You should have your website, which is this one. This is the first one, right? So you got the website, okay? In our community, we have the website set up one of 2 ways. You can set it up looking exactly the way that DGC has it, or you can brand it. So we have 2 ways that we set it up in our community. You can brand it, or you can just keep it the way it is, right? Always encourage people to build your brand, because if you look like everybody else, you're not really giving a person a reason to work with you. They don't want to be like everybody else. They want to be unique. That's how people, you know. So if you don't brand yourself, number 1, it's going to be harder for them to find you. And 2, you're going to lose your audience. You're going to lose a percentage of your audience, right? Your second link that should be is either your favorite community that you work with, that you know is not going to take any sales underneath from you, meaning a safe community, or have your own community. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
So in our community, I'd made sure I saw that right away in November. When I came, there was a lot of questions I asked before I decided to even put a community together. Because I'm a very simple. If the bridge ain't broken, why fix it? But the bridge was broken. So there's 2 things that I saw right away. When we invite for the webinar, we have no way of knowing who's opting in from our list.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself.
So it's like you're building a business with a win and a prayer. If I want,
like on my webinar emails, my newsletters, I've been adding at the bottom, if you register, reply and let me know so I can look for you inside or something like that.
replying is too much work for your customer.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if you get them to click once, reply involves typing. So if I'm going to type, would I type on an email that might go to spam? Or would I type on the submission of a form that I know that is going to go on somebody's list? Right? So if it's going to go on somebody's list, why not be on your list? Not DGC's list, but your list. Does that make sense? Yes. So what I've done is I've created a tool for our community where they can either use our list, but on that says who referred you. So now we know who referred you. And if they don't fill out the who referred you, it won't let them go past. Secondly, we ask for phone number so they can be contacted to make sure that credit is given where credit is due. And we have many people from even people here on this call right now that have made a sale. Now listen to this, okay? How do you make a sale without even creating your first video? How about that, Lisa?
No idea.
Still charged.
Listen, It's called Safe Community. You see, Cynthia, who just spoke, she haven't created her first video. But what does she do? She keep inviting people in our community. And our community is designed to drive them to the module, class module for Legacy Builder. 2 reasons. I don't know what 600, 300, and 100 is. The only language I speak is 900. Does that make sense? So guess what? People will buy whatever your consistency is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I've sold 57 customers and I don't have one that is other than the 900. And this is in 13 countries. So even from poverty countries, still buy 900. You know, someone in the Philippines to buy 900, that's a big hump. We have 11 customers in the Philippines.
Oh.
Okay? We have 2 customers in Ghana, which is another third world country that to come up with 900 is not easy. Okay? So everything comes down to your belief, right? But the reason why people in our community make sales, whether their website is set up or not, they make sales. Okay? Why? Is because when they come to our community builder classroom module, they have to fill out a form. And that form is going to ask, choice A, did you get here from automation? Choice B, did you came here because someone referred you? Now check this out. The person that Cynthia referred fill out the wrong form. But because we cross-reference from when they come into the free community versus they buy anything in the community, is double check. And if it doesn't match, that's when we call. I have 3 VAs that I pay every month. And their job is to help me keep this community safe. Does that make sense? And that's how she made her first sale without creating a single video. By just driving people to the community that she believes is safe for her. You see? So these are things that I noticed right away. And I questioned on the live coaching mentoring call. I mean, literally put Michelle on the spot. Okay? And they couldn't give me an answer. So do I wait for them? Or do I take action? Does that make sense? Is it more work?
Yes.
Yeah, you best believe it is more work. But I'm sure you've been through the community a little bit, right? And you can see that our community is set up completely different. It's still the same message. It's still the same vision. Our purpose or offer is different because our community is here to fill in the gap that DGC doesn't provide. We don't want to compete with DGC, right? But we want to be able to simplify the process because the one thing that I've noticed is that the percentage of people out of 52,000 that's actually making a sale, did you guys know, is 10%?
Oh.
So what happens to the other 90%? I don't know about you, but for what we fill in the gap, we've got 90% of the people to go out there and help. You guys have a big market.
Yeah, big market.
You have a big market. It's a market that you guys shouldn't even have to fight for. You just have to be professional, and you can't sound like one of those who has the flavor of the week. You guys know what I'm talking about? If you sound like you're the flavor of the week, they can smell it, right? Mm-hmm. You have to come across that you really want to help them because somebody took the time to help you. Does that make sense?
How I feel. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Let me tell you, you need to go back and you need to go and watch the, let me actually take you there. If you have not watched it, you need to watch it. Okay? So let me take you into the community. And sorry, I'm about 5 minutes over the hour here. Okay? But this is important. So when you go to the community, you want to go to the classroom. And you want to go down here to Q&A. And I just opened, normally you have to be level 3 to get the Q&A recordings. But last night I thought about it and I said I open it up to the entire community. Okay? There's a reason. Because when you go to it's official, right? So you see there's folders, right? Let me blow this up. You guys are looking at me like a deer with a headlight. Hold on.
It's my glasses.
So you guys see this now, right? You see this? Right? You see this, right? Hey Rudy, by the way, your name is there, okay, buddy? My apologies. But go click on where it says official. It's official. Watch all 5 videos. So if you're lazy and you don't want to do the first 7 days, right? The first 7 days of the 30-day challenge, which is technically where you will see the value of our community, your only other option to see the value is to go to the Q&A and watch those 5 videos. If you watch both and you still don't see the value, I promise you, this community is not for you. Very plain and simple. Save yourself some time and money. Have you ever seen anybody say this at DGC? I'm a very transparent person, okay? There is no filter here, guys. I don't have to change my filter because there isn't one, okay? So, 5 videos or 7-day challenge. The 7-day challenge will help you understand the offer of this community and the transformation of this community that you will experience. Let me see. Martha, you're going through the time blocking, right? The time blocking workshop?
Yes,
Do you feel the transformation already, even though we're halfway through?
yes, it's helping.
I mean, before the class, you didn't have a business card. Before the class, you didn't have any of these tools that were set up for your brand, right? That's what the class does. See, I don't believe that you attend a workshop and then you complete that workshop and then the next Monday everything is back to normal. I don't do those kind of workshops. That's like you going to a convention. You all have time, all excited during the weekend. You come home on Monday and you're back in the grind. Like that weekend never happened. That's about 95% of the people who attend the convention. Okay? It's because they didn't know how to attend the convention. So, when you come to our workshop, you don't have to know how to attend. Because of the accountability in the workshop, you have no choice but to participate. That's why we don't believe in crickets. Does that make sense? There's a purpose for that. Okay? We want you to experience the transformation no matter where you participate in the community. See, I've been doing communities for over 2.5 decades. But most of the communities I've been doing is information based. Okay? When I met Michelle, Michelle helped me look at the community in a total different direction. And it changed everything. It changed everything. But understanding what a transformation is and making sure that no one is left behind in the transformation, that's 2 different things. You want that to happen? It cannot be personality driven. It has to be system driven. That means that you don't pick and choose the people, they choose themselves. You set the standard, they choose themselves. And you work with those that have chosen themselves. Because if a person is not ready, a person is not ready. Does that make sense? Make sense?
Yes.
Right? So, with that being said, everybody's on the same page. I hope you guys had a productive workshop and you learned something. The best way to remember, go in and go apply it. Implement. When you implement is how you're going to learn the quickest. Make sense?
Yes. Yes.
And just so you know, Lisa, I'm not picking on you, okay?
I know.
But I want you to know, you're one of the very few people I know that still has a paper business card.
What?
A paper business card.
Well, no, it's not. I mean, I did it in Canva. I don't have it printed out or anything. You know, I just stick it on my lives. That's basically what I use it for. Yeah.
The best way for you to capture a bigger results, bigger turnaround, bigger audience is you need to have things that are moving pieces. Okay? When something is moving, like you see how my business card background, right? The whole 9 yards, right? If it's not something that is moving, it will not capture someone's attention. You can't do that with a paper business card. See, like if you go on a live and let's say I put the kimtko.com, right? KimTKO Milano. They can actually go there and now they can see everything they want right off of their device, which is far more information you can put on a simple business card.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you redirect them automatically. So it's a much more efficient and it's also more modern. You never want to present yourself across others as old-fashioned. The only time an old-fashioned tastes good is when it's a drink.
Wisconsin drink. Now, hey, this is Arlene again. Now, since she has Linktree, she can use that as her business card, but jazz it up similar to yours, correct?
We're going to need to give it a facelift. So, listen, it's been an amazing workshop today. I don't want to make it too long, right? So, give me about 2 hours to edit it and 2 hours to put it up on, and just so you guys know where it is, okay? So, the recording access is only accessed by the inner circle people. Not only that, in the inner circle, you're also going to get the Canva template that I just created. So you'll be able to add it to your library. Okay? So you get the recording, you get the template, and if we're creating videos with the ChatGPT script and stuff like that, you get all that in the inner circle. And then some. Okay? If you need to know what's involved in the inner circle, you go right here, Lisa. You come here and you see number 5, module number 5. You go to inner circle, it'll go in here and it will itemize everything you need to know about the inner circle. This is everything that you have access to in the inner circle. Okay? And in summary, you have access to an additional 17 stream of income for $80 a month.
I gotta start making sales then.
And actually, one of those streams of income is the affiliate. Our inner circle is an affiliate. Okay? So when you see enough value for yourself and you refer 3 people to the inner circle, pays for your inner circle. Now, the reason why I told you to watch those 5 videos, right? Remember those 5 videos?
Yeah.
So Monday is our official launch. But if you meet 2 criterias, right? So if you go to the Q&A and you meet 2 criterias, okay, you'll be able to take advantage of the same promotion we gave to those people who showed up on the 29th. Okay? So that means this. Okay? And I'm gonna, are you guys okay on time, guys? Everybody's okay on time? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do, okay? When you go here to the community, and then you go in here and type in all recordings updated, da 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 da. Here we go. This is the one you want.
There.
Okay, this is the one you want. Okay. So you could hear there's a lot of hyperlinks. Okay. So when you go here and you go review, this is going to take you to the classroom, correct? Then when you go here and see who they are, it's going to tell you exactly who showed up. Then when you come in here and see more, and you come down in here, it's going to tell you exactly, this is the 30-day challenge. So it's going to take you to the 30-day challenge, right? And I think I did another post that has 3 squares. Hold on. That has 3 squares right here. This one. All right. So you see here, you see that, right? If you don't, I know you do now. Okay? So if you can't see this, I can't help you. So this is what happened, Lisa. If you complete the first 7-day challenge in the 30 days, which means when you do the assignment, you're going to post it inside of that feed, inside of the 30-day challenge feed, right? That's your accountability, that we know you did your 7-day challenge assignment. And then you join the inner circle. Everything that you do will be counted instead of waiting until May 5th. And the difference is this, okay? The difference is that right now, everybody in the community, when they refer 10 people in the inner circle, they get the inner circle for life for free. Okay? If they refer 30 people inside of the free community, not the inner circle, but in the free community, they will get inner circle free for life too.
Okay.
Now you see the difference in the workload, right? Okay? And that's because they didn't show up when we went and did the announcement. Okay? But you're a brand new person, so you fall under the people who showed up. You don't have to do this. Does that make sense? So your promotion is very simple. You refer 5 people in the inner circle. Your inner circle is free for life. On top of that, you make $160 a month in reoccurring income. And that stays with you for as long as they're active. Right? Now watch this. Let's say you're having a problem referring to the inner circle. You refer to the free community 15. Our numbers right now is that 1 out of every 5 people who comes in the free community converts to the inner circle. So 1 out of 5. Okay? 15, that means you have at least 3 people who's going to be in the inner circle. I would hope that you would be in the inner circle too. Right? Guess what? You have reoccurring income. Your inner circle is paid for regardless of how you skin the cat. Why? One thing that Michelle and I have on a common vision is when you do business, you should have a way to make it pay for itself so that you don't have to be burdened with any expenses. So in our community, I'm getting ready to make this video for the community. For the last 2.5 decades, I grew organizations and communities under certain principles. The first principle is you're supposed to get your return on your investment within the first 90 days at the latest. You don't get your return on your investment, 2 things happen. 1, you never engage. 2, you didn't follow the system. And 3, you get a free come to Jesus meeting with me.
Oh boy.
And I will disclaim to you, I am not Jesus. Okay?
We were wondering.
Once you get your rate of return, your next milestone is to make it pay for itself. Now you're stress free, right? Your next milestone is to be able to take the profit and pay like a phone bill, car insurance bill. But the third milestone is broken into 3 parts. First part is a small bill. Second part would be like a car payment, because generally car payments are a little bit bigger, right? And your third part is to pay a rent or a mortgage. Now, when someone comes and work with you and they achieve these 3 milestones, you have a partner for life. They're not going anywhere. And they just graduated from the shiny object syndrome.
Yes.
You want to share on that, Cynthia? You're the most qualified person.
I am the poster child for shiny object syndromes. I've been in business like forever. At the age of 77, I probably have tested everything out there, everything that looked like it would make some money. And my family suffered because I chose business and ministry rather than home, family, housework. Those things just didn't get my attention early in life. But the shiny object syndrome has taken me into affiliate marketing, network marketing, any kind of marketing. I mean, way back as early as Shackley and
No, yeah.
Avon and everything in between. So I'm the poster child. If there's anything you want to know to avoid, I probably have the notes on it.